Most people don't fail because they're not smart enough. They don't fail because they didn't work hard enough. They fail because the moment things start going right, something inside them quietly pulls the plug. And the scariest part? They never even see it happening. Have you ever been so close to achieving something you really wanted, and then watched yourself walk away from it for no reason you could explain? By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why that happens, and how to stop it before it costs you something you can't get back. Stay with me. Most people have a dream, a goal, something they've been quietly wanting for a long time. Maybe it's starting a business, getting in shape, finally going after the career they actually want, instead of the one they settled for. And for a while, they go after it. They put in the work. They start seeing progress. And then something strange happens. They miss one workout and somehow never go back. They get a big opportunity and find a reason it won't work out. They are on the verge of a breakthrough. And suddenly they're the busiest they've ever been, too busy to keep going. From the outside, it looks like laziness, like fear, like they just didn't want it badly enough. But that's not what's happening. Think about someone you know, maybe even yourself, who keeps starting over. Someone who gets excited about something, makes real progress, and then quietly lets it die. And then 6 months later, they're excited about something new, starting the cycle all over again. Most people look at that pattern and think, that person just doesn't have discipline. That person just doesn't have what it takes. But what if the problem isn't discipline at all? What if the real issue is that somewhere deep down, a part of them genuinely doesn't believe they deserve what they're chasing? Because here's what most people never talk about. Success feels good on paper, but to a brain that has spent years operating from a place of struggle, of not feeling enough, of almost but not quite, success actually feels unfamiliar. And the brain doesn't like unfamiliar. The brain likes what it knows. So the moment things start going too well, moment you start getting close to something bigger than what you're used to, your brain gets uncomfortable, and it starts working against you. Not because it wants you to fail, but because it genuinely believes that staying small is safer. So it manufactures reasons to slow down. It whispers that you're not ready, that it's too soon, that something will probably go wrong anyway, that maybe you should wait just a little longer. And because those thoughts sound so reasonable, so logical, most people listen to them. They pull back right when they should push forward. They shrink right when they're about to grow. And the worst part? They usually blame themselves for it, which makes everything harder. But this pattern has a name. And once you understand what's actually driving it, everything starts to make sense. A lot of us grew up in environments where things were uncertain, where stability wasn't guaranteed, where wanting too much or having too much somehow felt dangerous. Maybe nobody told you that directly, but you absorbed it in the way people around you talked about money, about ambition, about people who had more than everyone else. And over time, your brain built a ceiling, a quiet, invisible limit on how much good you were allowed to have, how successful you were allowed to become, how happy you were allowed to feel before something came along to take it away. Psychologists call this self-sabotage. But if you strip away the clinical label, what it really is a loyalty problem. You are loyal to an old version of yourself, to an old story about what you're capable of, about what people like you get to have. And every time your life starts to exceed that story, your brain pulls you back in line with it. It's not weakness. It's not laziness. It's your mind trying to protect an identity it built a long time ago. The problem is that identity was built by a younger version of you in a different time, under different circumstances, and you've been living inside it ever since. But here's where it gets even deeper. Most people think self-sabotage looks dramatic, like they're consciously making bad decisions, like they know what they're doing and they're doing it anyway. But that's rarely how it works. It looks like procrastinating on the one thing that would actually change your life while staying perfectly productive on everything else. It looks like picking a fight with someone you love right before something important. It looks like suddenly needing a drink, needing to sleep, needing to do literally anything other than sit down and do the work. It hides in plain sight. And because it looks so normal, so reasonable in the moment, most people never connect it back to fear. Think about the last time something in your life started going really well. Not just okay, genuinely well. Did you feel excited? Or did part of you feel something closer to dread? Like you were waiting for the other shoe to drop? Like it was only a matter of time before something went wrong? That feeling, that low hum of waiting for things to fall apart, is your brain trying to manage your expectations, trying to protect you from the disappointment of hoping for something and losing it. So it gets there first. It creates the disappointment before it can happen to you, because at least then you're in control of it. And a lot of people spend their entire lives in that pattern, getting close, pulling back, getting close again, pulling back again, never quite arriving, never quite allowing themselves to fully have the thing they've been working hard towards. And the tragic part is that from the outside, to everyone watching, it just looks like they keep making bad choices, like they're their own worst enemy. But on the inside, they're exhausted because they genuinely want to move forward. They just don't know why they keep ending up back at the start. If that sounds familiar, if you've ever felt like you're fighting yourself just as much as you're fighting the world, what comes next is for you. So how do you actually stop sabotaging yourself? Especially when you can't always see it happening. The first thing to understand is that you can't fight this with willpower alone. Telling yourself to just push through and stay disciplined doesn't work when the thing pulling you back is operating below the surface. You have to go deeper than the behavior. You have to look at the belief underneath it. Step 1. Learn to recognize your personal pattern. Most people who self-sabotage have a signature move. One specific way they pull the plug when things get good. For some it's procrastination. For others it's picking fights, overspending, or suddenly getting sick right before something big. Start paying attention to what yours is. Not to judge yourself, but to recognize it the moment it starts. Because you can't interrupt a pattern you haven't named yet. Step 2. Ask yourself what success would cost you. This sounds like a strange question, but sit with it. Because sometimes the brain resists success not because it doesn't want it, but because it's afraid of what comes with it. More responsibility, higher expectations, not having time for social activities like before, people treating you differently, losing the identity of being the person who almost made it. What is your brain actually afraid of losing if you fully succeed? That answer is usually where the real work is. Step 3. Raise your ceiling deliberately. Most people wait to feel ready before they allow themselves to go further. But readiness doesn't come first, action does. Start doing small things that exceed your old story. Show up when you don't feel like it. Take the opportunity even when it scares you. Every time you push past the ceiling instead of retreating from it, you rewrite what your brain believes is possible for you. Step 4. Stop explaining away the pattern. Every time you catch yourself building a reasonable case for why now isn't the right time, stop. Ask yourself if you're thinking clearly or if you're just scared. Most of the time you already know the answer. The brain trick that ruins your success isn't some outside force. It's been inside you this whole time. And now that you can see it, you have something you didn't have before. A choice. If this hit home, if you recognized yourself somewhere in this video, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who keeps getting in their own way and doesn't understand why. And if you want to keep understanding the hidden psychology behind why you think Feel and act the way you do. Subscribe to Mindforge Theory. Every video is designed to help. You see yourself and the people around you in a completely different way. The next video goes even deeper. It's about a pattern that most people experience every single day, but almost nobody recognizes until it's too late. See you there.